Hi, how are you doing?
Doing great.
Good.
How you doing
I'm doing well.
That's okay.
So it's great to meet you. And I want our viewers to understand that this is the first female cattle owner that I'm ever interviewing or even meeting. So it's going to be an exciting
That
video.
means I'm on the right track.
You're on the right track. It's impressive. I think the first time I heard about you was on YouTube, actually.
Yes.
So anybody that tags me or mention our name, I make sure I go watch, comment.
Okay.
So I saw your video about the grass, and right there I went to watch and I was like, what is going on here? She's a female and she's on the right track. Let's get in touch with her, and here we are. So do you mind introducing yourself to the audience?
Okay, so hello, I'm Emanuela
Yeah.
Afegra, and I'm a teacher who is trying to venture into farming.
Okay.
So I'm taking things one day at a time.
Okay.
I started with gardening, backyard gardening.
Okay.
And wanted to go into poultry. But because of the high cost in feed and then the heat here, we reconsidered and said, no, what can we do that will be less risky? So we decided to go into cattle with my husband.
Wow.
Yes.
So
And I'm a teacher,
a teacher by profession.
Yes.
Tell us, what do you teach?
I teach integrated science.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That most of us are not good at. So
For some of us, we those who are also in the sciences, we are quite afraid of the literature and the English
and the business guys.
Exactly. So, give me science in a day, literature, and you are going to cause confusion.
Okay. This is not going to be literature. This is going to be fun. So most people might be wondering, what is this background coming from of agriculture? A professional teacher going into agriculture?
Well, when I look back at my life, I'm a village girl.
Okay.
My husband is also a village man.
Same here.
Just that, as the accounts will say, we're painting a mentor. Just that we have polished. And
education polished that.
So growing up, I grew up on a campus where my mom especially was interested in backyard gardening.
Oh, okay.
I remember she used to grow fresh corn and boiled corn with margarine. My favorite. I still reminisce.
Nice.
Yes. And some fresh beans. And then also sorghum. And I used to enjoy eating the raw sorghum.
Okay.
Yes. So, and there were also other things that we used to do. And my dad ventured into tomato farming.
Okay.
But unfortunately, the time he ventured into tomato farming, that was when things came crashing.
Okay.
So he made big losses. And because of that, I didn't see any prospect in agriculture. So I kind of laid back and stopped. Until my dad went on retirement, and I was trying to get something for him to be engaged in. Because he's quite
active person.
So with the help of my husband, we started a small poultry farm for him with about 500 to 700 birds.
That's not small, but I get your point.
Yes, for layers.
Yes.
So they started that, and then we had some piece of land there. About 4 plots that's just adjacent the house.
Okay.
So I told my husband, then why don't we go into the poultry
and do something?
Yes. And by then he said, no, we still have toddlers. And it will be a lot of work. And he was traveling a whole lot. So we held back. Then about when COVID hit, we decided to put up the place, fence the place, and then put up some structure to start the poultry farm. But then my father's poultry farm collapsed. Okay, so then it was because of it. So we had to step back. And check what's actually going on. So realize that no, if we are going to inject, because we were thinking of getting about 6,000 birds to just go straight into it. So we said no, if we are going to do that, that is very risky. And with poultry, you can wake up one day and half your birds are gone. That's true. So we said no, let's just put pause on it and then rethink what we are going to do.
Yeah.
Fortunately, you know, because I also teach in a village, and my brother is also a teacher.
Okay.
Who also teaches in a semi-village.
Okay.
So discussions, and then we said, no, let's get into the cattle. It's
okay.
less risky.
Yeah.
To go into the cattle.
The cattle business. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Good. So that's where you ended into cattle farming.
So that's the cycle.
Can we get closer to the cows?
Yes,
yeah. We can. Come along. Let's go and check out her cows. I'm very excited. As you guys know, my journey started with cattle farming, and therefore to see her pick it up is great. I will share my experience with you, but I definitely went through cattle farming because I wanted to feed my school.
Okay.
So, and you said it perfectly, which is something I have never have the words to describe it. We all grew up in the village. We are all villagers, just well packaged by education and exposure, right? And when I went back to the school, I just realized that the kids weren't getting enough protein. So I decided, okay, let me buy a cow and see how long it would take to feed the school. Wow. So I purchased a cow from outside, and I realized, why can't I do this on my own as the school continued to increase, you know? So that I went into cattle farming.
Wow.
Right, and started and gradually built my head to about 250 cows.
Ooh.
Right.
When I grow up, I want to be like
no. But it's great. The good thing about cows is I sold about 100 and something cows in 2 days.
Ooh.
Like, bam, they were all gone.
When I grow up, I want to be like you.
So it's a great venture. I mean, if you have the land, and these are beautiful cows, as I can see.
Yeah.
Wow. So most people are watching. Some of them wants to go into cattle farming, others goats, others various things. You chose cow. You could have chosen goat. You could have chosen sheep. Why cows?
Well,
is there a reason?
It's quite difficult to steal a cow from a fenced place, and because we are in kind of like an urbanized area.
Okay.
Sometimes when you have goats and sheep, and especially they know that you are someone who does not stay where the animals are, you may have some break-in.
Okay.
So that's why we decided to go into the cattle first, so that when we settle, we can add some goats. And then I also got some of the local sheep.
Okay.
But we are hoping that with time we get is it Dopa?
The Dopa sheep? Yeah.
Those,
nice.
Yeah. Actually, it's because of Boer goats I found your channel.
Oh, really?
Yes.
We didn't even talk about how you found me, but
it was because of Boer goats I found your channel. Because I was daydreaming about goats and sheep and stuff like that. Then I was like, why is it that in Ghana all our goats look very funny?
Yeah, small.
Yeah. So I went online and I googled meat goat.
Yeah.
So the meat goat I came across, and I googled, would there be any
meat on this?
Meat goat.
Yeah.
So then later on, I was now searching, do we have farmers like that?
Yeah.
And with time, your
my channel came up.
Yeah. I was like, hey, this guy is a magician. this guy is a magician.
He is not a magician. Yes. He's just an animal lover.
So these are the guys.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So,
and of course, in our house fashion, we named some of them.
Oh, please don't tell me you're getting emotional and attachment to them.
We
just named them. Okay.
Yes, because my kids love naming stuff.
So who do we have?
So we have Crazy. That's the grey one.
The grey one.
Yes, he's called Crazy.
Okay.
And then this guy, we call him Jato.
Jato, okay.
Yes, the one with the
the brown neck.
Yes, we call him Jato.
There you go.
Yes.
So one thing that somebody would just in a glance, a question somebody might have is, all your cows are very young.
Yes.
What is your strategy? What are you doing?
They are all also males.
Yeah.
Because the plan is a feedlot.
Okay.
Then, in the feedlot in Ghana, usually people buy a few, maybe one or two, and then they keep for 3 months or 4 months, and then they sell.
Yeah.
But the problem was, the time we were buying, we didn't really have that much knowledge.
Okay.
We didn't also have food reserves.
Yeah.
And the price of the bigger ones were relatively too high. So we went into looking at the cost of trying to feed them till they are grown. What are some of the effective ways to be able to bring down cost in order to be able to maximize profit, to go into other ventures and be able to do the feedlot the way we want. So that's why we decided to go for the young ones, so that we take our time. The learning process is slow. We are not in a rush. In 2 years maximum, we can be able to dispose of them, and then we get a new batch. By then, we have acquired all the knowledge that we need, and we can be able to venture into more risky stuff. So that's the reason why we went for the younger ones.
That's smart. One thing that I always preach on this channel is basically start small, you know, but think big, because there is so much we don't know. The support system, the nutrition, management, breeding, identifications, you can go on and on and on. So I'm really excited that, you know, you took what you can manage, you know, to take your time to learn.
Yes. And even with buying this, we also learned how not to go to some stage to buy. Not to buy very young and not to go way too old. To be able to get about the same age, since they're all males. You know, they'll be fighting and all that. So we try to get them about the same age. We got a few that were relatively young. And unfortunately, we lost two of them.
You will lose them.
So that was a lesson that
you learned.
Because we realized that because they were very young, I think you know, you are going to the market to buy them. The seller probably will not tell you
what is going on.
So that's one thing we also learned. When we bought some of them, we saw a few diseases later on, which we had to now spend some money on treating. Fortunately, because they are younger, they kind of tend to heal and adapt better than the older ones. And because of that, we have now learned, when you go to the market, some of the things to look out for when you are buying it.
So do you buy most of your goats from Tamale, or do you buy them outside?
Most of them Tamale and the Salaga.
The Salaga as well. All right. So
most of them are.
So if I understand you correctly, your strategy is you buy young goats, male, cattle. I'm a goat man, as you guys already know. I'm full of goats, so pardon me. But you buy young cattle, males, and you're giving yourself about 2 years basically to fatten them and to sell. Can I ask a little bit about the markets in 2 years? Like, what have you seen or realized that makes you so sure that these goats are going to be selling?
Over here, usually during especially Salah and Christmas, there is a lot of demand for cattle. You would even be surprised that at their stage, people were still coming to ask for them. And the good thing about cattle is that you can always sell them at any stage. You can always sell them at any stage. So for example, if we even sell them today, people would buy them because others also want to keep them to fatten. But during Salah, usually people are looking for pristine qualities. They look things like the fur of the coat of the animal, the color of the animal, the stature of the animal, are all things that actually help you to be able to market your product. So that's the reason why, if you look at most of our animals, they are Gudalis, because they have that imposing nature. So it's more appealing to buyers, especially for things like that. So those are some of the things we looked at. And when you look in Tamale, there is quite a high culture of market food. So there's always the demand for meat. And because over here we have most of the small the African dwarfs, the small goats, most food vendors prefer to go for the cattle because they get value for money. You use the goat, it's going to be very little, and you do not get that much value for money. So they prefer the cattle. And we also realize that most of the cattle, some of the cattle that they slaughter at the abattoir, when you see them before they go into slaughter, you become a vegetarian.
I agree with you.
So all this is to market towards the middle to upper class people who would be would be interested in paying an extra amount of money to be able to get healthy meat that was grown intentionally for meat purpose. Without any hormones and other things that are mixed in, because they just leave them anyhow.
Hold that thought. You guys know I don't like doing long videos. My videos are mostly 8 minutes, and therefore we're going to continue this conversation. We're going to be talking more about breeding, what is he feeding his cattle with, what is his long-term strategy, and as a woman in a cattle farming business, what are the skeptics in the town. We're going to bring you that episode in the next season, so stay tuned. But that's it for today. Come along next week if you want to listen to the rest of the video.